want to talk about something quickly here because I saw this happening. I'm like, we talk about reboots all the time. But do we need to reboot the Maze Runner? So we talk about the Maze Runner. Oh, the Maze Runner, everybody. The Maze Runner is being rebooted again. Of course, the movies came out from 2014 to 2018. And I actually didn't mind the first one. I know a lot of people love the first one. It was like $35 million budget. It made like $348 million. So it's a huge win for the studio. Hence why we got a couple more. And they just kept going downhill. And I still enjoyed them. They're kind of one of those movies that I watch when I'm sick at home and I'm, didn't want to go someplace, which is fine.
Well, they are about people getting sick. So
the price is right.
And they are. So the price, it fit into that category for me. But I'm like, we got a writer, we got Jack Palin coming in, and I hear about him. Like, oh well, he wrote Transcendence, a Johnny Depp movie. I'm like, is that supposed to sell me on this? Because Transcendence was a shitstorm. Talk about a horrible AI movie, and you're gonna let this guy take over? Yeah, I don't know. You got Wes Ball still involved producing, but not directing. I know, Peppy, and I'm just like, what is Disney doing right now?
We got you guys. We got you Ball involved. It's all gonna be good.
It's not going to be good. But 20th Century is saying that it's not really a reboot or a remake. It's in the same universe, but it's not a continuation. They're not really sure what the hell this movie is going to be. Who's asking for a Maze Runner movie? Nobody is. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to see who wants a Maze Runner movie. So let's go around. Rachel, what do you think? Did you like the original ones? Do you want to see Disney make more Maze Runner? Is this the time, the place, and the environment for it? Do the people want this? Or is this, again, a waste of time?
Can we just put a general rule out there that if something's been out for less than 30 years, we don't reboot it?
I would love that.
Like
Agreed.
This ended
Round of
6
applause.
years ago.
Round of applause.
I thought that the rule was it 20 years?
This is still the same generation who's going to watch it. Like, if you're going to try to make something for a new generation, wait for a new generation.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to wait though. It's like, I don't know why they'd even think about doing this now. And I guess but that's not that long. It's 2018? That wasn't that long ago. It's like, what? We forget about it because of COVID?
I don't understand I don't think they know what they're doing. They're like, it's not a sequel. It's not a reboot. It's not, like, are you just like putting feelers out there? You just like, we'll
see. We guys think, well, Dylan O'Brien, will you come back? Maybe he'll come back too, and continue this forward. And I don't think he would. And I can't remember if he dies or not. I don't think he dies. I think, is he like the savior in the whole movies? I can't. It's been too long. Again, I was sick when I watched these movies, so just putting that out there one more time. Peppy was too. Peppy was there. He was, barking up the wrong tree.
Yes.
Yes, he was. But Rachel, I know. I don't think we really need this. And it's not, I like the time limits. Let's put a time limit. Let's do like 20, 30 years, and then we can reboot stuff. Remember something like that. It's Queen. They were talking in the chat. Jake, did you see these movies before? Do you think that the Maze Runners are the ones that bring back out of all the projects right now? We're going to dive back in that maze and try to climb that wall? Or should they stay in the maze and be locked away forever?
Stay in the maze. Unless it's really, really weird, like Labyrinth with David Bowie, then they can bring it back.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. But I mean, like a whole different reimagining. They're not going to be, because it's just the same thing they're trying to say. It's like it's the same world. They're trying to they want to recreate the magic of the first one. They said, which again, because it made
was there?
Well, I mean, there was something. I mean, the first one made the most money, but
it did. Yeah, I watched it and I didn't walk away thinking that was really, really cool. It was interesting. It was different, I guess, for what it was, but I don't know. Are they going to spend a whole bunch of money on it and then lose all that money?
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, what were those Shailene Woodley movies that came out too? It reminds me of that. I feel like they came out the same time. I love Shailene. I think she was great. I can't remember the name of those movies, but they were like very similar, like post-apocalyptic kids trying to figure some stuff out.
Sure.
And I felt like they were just like battling back and forth, and it just wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the ones that came out that were the ones that were with the girl that were very similar to friggin' Hunger Games, but they had to learn, like, they were in a society where they all had to learn a different skill set, and they would go out and run around the ruins. What the hell was that one?
Is that the Shailene Woodley one? I think
it's got like a single title. It starts with a D, I think. Like
Divergence.
Divergence. Yeah. It's all Ellie Goulding, the whole soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's all I could remember. It's all the Ellie Goulding in it.
You know what? I'll take an Ellie Goulding soundtrack.
Oh, it was a really good soundtrack. It was a good. I love that one.
No, I don't.
That one was great. But I liked that one, and I liked Maze Runner. That was like an interesting time there where we were getting all these like children's post-apocalyptics. Teen dystopia.
Nah, son. That's just not for me.
I think the Maze Runner was the best one out of all of them.
Yeah, I think
Like, do we need to do it again? Absolutely not.
The Hunger Games was probably the best one out of all of them.
The Hunger Games was
most successful.
I don't think it was the best one. I think it was the most successful one. I honestly think that the Maze Runner was the best one story-wise. But, like, was it the most successful? I mean, if you want to read the books, I had the books. I got them from my kids, and I thought they were great, you know? Like, I thought the story was amazing. It's really, really dark. You know, it was really heavy. Maze Runner's dark as hell. Like, so that was what really appealed to me, was like, it was super, super fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, they take kids, they drop them in the middle of a maze. They, like, basically, if they can figure out how to get through it, then they're like, great, then we're going to use you for the next phase of, like, our fucking you up, essentially. Like, and they were going to, like, do terrible things to them. Like, they were horrible test subjects the whole film. And I was like, this movie series is really intriguing to me. I find a lot of like potential with it, but I think they didn't know how to market the second film. They didn't know where to take the franchise from there afterwards. I don't even think they realized they were going to have as big of a success with it as they did, but there was a lot of appeal with like Harry Potter. There was a lot of appeal with like the teen stuff, and with Hunger Games, everybody was trying to figure out how to cash in on all of this. So everybody was just bouncing these things off of each other, because the Divergent films all failed too. Like the second one of the Divergent films,
they did horrible,
bankrupt. And then I think the other ones were like straight to video, if I'm not mistaken. Like the
last ones were like. The last ones, they were trying to do like a TV show and stuff like that.
Yeah, they finished the series, but like they finished it in the worst way imaginable. Like people don't even remember it finishing. And I was like, that was a great series. Like it had a really good start, and then it just like, boom, completely failed. And I think the host, if I'm not mistaken, was also trying to be part of like that universe too. Like the very first film of that, they wanted to do more with that was going to try to like cash in on that whole thing.
Stephanie Meyer.
I know that was her stuff, but like it felt like it fit into all of that. So it was just like, I really enjoyed that time. Like, I like seeing sci-fi for teens. Did you ever see what was that? I Am Number 1 or I Am Number 4?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That was really interesting. That was a kind of an intriguing one. And there was that one, Chronicle, where there was like the kids who got superpowers from the meteor. Like, I feel like that all kind of like came out in that same time period. And it was like really intriguing time for like teen science fiction. But if you want to do teen science fiction, just go make some new stuff. That's where you also got that one movie about the kids who took the Xboxes and strung them together and made a time machine.
I didn't see that one, but I remember that.
The something project.
Yeah. Project Almanac? Project Almanac, right?
Yeah, Project Almanac. Project Almanac was like so stupid, but I love it. Like, it's one of those movies that, like, I talk about it all the time. It's one of the worst movies, but I'll talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of those great examples of a terrible film that I like talking about, because I'm like, the concept is so intriguing. You know what I mean? And it was done, like, as a, like, found footage film. So it's all, like, you know, the kids filming it with their phones and filming it. So it's, like, all these really interesting ideas. It was just really shitty, you know? Like, the acting was bad, and, like, the story wasn't all that great, but I love the idea. I like anything where you fuck up time. You know what I mean? I like Butterfly Effect, all that kind of shit. So anytime you fuck that shit up, I'm like, hey, I love it. I'm here for it. So teenagers fucking up time is a good time for me, kind of thing. But yeah, like, let's not do Maze Runner again. It's way too soon. TV series would be the way to go. If that'd be great. Do it. Exactly.
I just looking for your his next venue. They're like Avenue. They're like, put Timothy Chalamet in here. He could be the Maze Runner.
No, I think if you're gonna do it, like, he's too old. Go young, because they're supposed to be young, and find if you're gonna do it again, go with like young actors again. Start with like, because every actor in that movie was have a career now. Essentially, like most of them are no names, so it's like I don't really see a point in pulling them back into that. I think you go and find some upstarts and you go do a TV series, because that's really.
I think that'd be great. Makes more sense. Like
I think Maze Runner works like that too. Like it's a crash course in being an actor in a lot of ways. Here's a really really small, simple set. It's just a field with some sticks in it. You know what I mean? Act. Like you have to carry the film. But they had to carry the movie. The kids had to carry that film. So if you like that movie, then you like the actors. You're not liking the film because it had a great like bunch of action sequences or a bunch of whatever. It was like those kids carried that movie. They all had to carry that movie. They all of them in a field and then running through dark corridors. That's all it is. And like, so if you came out of that and you enjoyed it, you enjoyed them. And I'm like, that's a good movie. I really like that film. So it's like, there's 4 of them, I believe. 4 Maze Runner films.
Yeah, I think so because
there's 4 books.
There's 3, but I think they were supposed to do more. I think they stopped at 3. I know that the Divergent ones, they did like 4 or 5 or something.
They killed one of the main characters in part 3. In like the most brutal way imaginable. I was like, this series is so fucked up.
Kills a main character.
You kill a kid in the most brutal way imaginable because it's about this virus. So when the virus gets in this kid, it like fucking destroys him.
Oh,
like,
you're making something about a virus right now.
Always.
Always. This one at home.
Yeah, the whole series is about a brutal virus that destroys the world, essentially. So it's like,
I don't know if that hits the same in a post-COVID world.
People are looking for apocalyptic things again, you know. Post-apocalyptic. Look at Fallout's doing so well. Maybe they're trying to feel like
so good.
It is very good. I've watched almost all of it now.
Fallout is excellent.
I've really been enjoying it.
As a big Fallout fan of the game series, I was very pleased with the TV.
They were so respectful.
Watch it if you haven't.
It was such a great show.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, Peppy, come on, man. Don't be so...
Peppy.
Wow.
Peppy is mean sometimes, you know?
Pee on Dilly Gaff.
Oh, geez, man. Okay, Pep Star.
Now he's being mean and stealing GR's line.
He just does what he wants. Peppy. Oh, okay, Pep Star. He didn't get enough snickety snacks today. Anyways, this is happening. It's moving forward. Disney's trying to make it go. So hopefully it's for somebody. I like the idea. Lexi's saying maybe you do a series. It might be better, but
you give Rachel that credit. She came up with that.
Okay.
I just have a louder voice than her.
I agree with my panel here that yes, it should be going as a TV show. And between Rachel and Lexi bringing great ideas, and Pep Star being rude, and Jake bringing it in hot. So,
you mean David Banner? We don't get new content anymore. We dig in a trash bin of old shit that we made and go, how about this one?
Come on, man.
How about this one, guys?
We can squeeze a few more dollars out of it.
I got one for you. How about this dirty old rag?